everybody, welcome back to Recruiter.com's tips and tricks. Did you know that 94% of recruiters are looking at candidates on LinkedIn these days? So that means that you, as a job seeker and a candidate, really need to make sure your LinkedIn profile and your presence through that social platform is very strong and really represents who you are. So today we're going to be talking about how you can make yourself shine through LinkedIn. Here are our tips. Tip number 1, you want to use important keywords in your headline of LinkedIn. So a lot of people just have their name and then maybe their current position underneath their name, and that's all that recruiters and employers are going to see. But if you really want to make yourself stand out, you want to use some keywords that you know recruiters and employers are going to be searching for when they're looking for candidates to fill their positions. So if you are a driven sales associate, you want to put that in there. You want to put that you are, maybe you want to say, aspiring towards marketing position or helpful teamwork, teammate, something like that. You want to really put in some traits that you know represent you as an employee, and you know that these are things that employers are going to be looking for, recruiters are going to be looking for through LinkedIn. They can search with keywords, they can really narrow down a lot of their search through LinkedIn, so you want to make sure that that headline really represents that. Another tip for you is you want to make sure that you're not copying, pasting your resume directly to your LinkedIn. Although maybe people think, why is there use for LinkedIn? It's just a copy of my resume. Why do they need to see my LinkedIn URL? It's definitely not supposed to be used for that. LinkedIn is a social network, which means it really is a place where you can express your personality, and it doesn't have to be a carbon copy of your resume. It's really important to, especially when you're trying to make yourself stand out as a candidate, to not copy and paste your resume, because recruiters and employers see this all the time. They see, your work experience and a couple bullet points underneath and then on to the next work experience. They just see those lists, which is a resume format. That's the professional way to format a resume, but it's not necessarily needed on your LinkedIn profile. So take your LinkedIn and use it as a place to express yourself and to show more descriptive details of what you did within a job, maybe different accomplishments that you made, be a little bit more personable in your approach. So that's another tip for you on your LinkedIn profile on how to stand out. You want to make sure that your LinkedIn profile is complete through LinkedIn standards. So first and foremost, you want to make sure you have a picture on your LinkedIn, especially if you're really looking for a job, if you're not, just comfortable in your position. You want to make sure that you have a picture there because it gives the recruiter another vision of who you are as an individual, and it just comes off as more professional and complete of a profile. A lot of recruiters and employers are going to avoid profiles that don't have a picture. It may be a spam profile, it may be something that they're just not interested in. So you want to make sure you have a nice professional photo. It doesn't have to be a really, set up headshot, but something that expresses who you are as a professional, maybe in a professional setting. You also want to make sure your profile is complete in the sense that it has, your industry, your location, your education, your skills, some volunteer opportunities. You want to make sure that LinkedIn itself actually says that your profile is complete or all-star level. These things just really, again, let the recruiter see you as a full individual, and it really shoots above and beyond from a resume. What you've done in the past and what you've been involved in, what organizations you've been involved in. You can attach things that you've written in the past. You can make it kind of a portfolio, so you can really go wild with your LinkedIn profile. And again, it really takes away from that complaint that a lot of job seekers have, which is that how can I be represented as a candidate through just a piece of paper, through just a resume? How can a recruiter or employer know who I really am? So LinkedIn is a great space to represent yourself that way. So I hope these tips help you when you're trying to really stand out on LinkedIn. Again, it's a source that a lot of recruiters and employers use on a daily basis. So use those tips and you will get another, hopefully a new call for an interview, some attention from a recruiter or an employer. Thanks for joining us today. Stay tuned to Recruiter.com and our Twitter @Recruiter.com for more videos and tips and tricks coming your way. Thanks a lot.